Why did you build this? Seriously, what on earth could you have been aiming for, and did you succeed in your own mind? I have no way of knowing, but it looks ridiculous, and it is ridiculous, but maybe that was the point. Hello, I'm FX Toycat, and lots of people like to look at my world and be judgmental about it, which is why I like to turn the taps on you, the viewers, and review your worlds. This is Realm Review for July, and I'm going to be looking at some of your worlds with a lot of 1.20 features baked in. It is something I love to see, your creativity, and today I'm going to be ranking those worlds and letting you know just how creative and or not you really are. Will you inspire me, or will you be the sort of world that makes me want to specifically stay out of the multiplayer world? Let's find out today. So the first world we're checking out looks like it spawns you in the Nether, which is really impressive, but obviously wrong. I mean, this is a really impressive looking Nether thing, but I'm sure if we look up, you can see, yep, that's the overworld, and in fact, you can see a platform I was probably meant to spawn on, and there's a chest with, fire resistance and 6 torches for me, which I guess is all I'll need to explore this world because I am curious what you have to offer. This is a nice spawn build. I mean, it's missing some chains, but maybe that's part of the effect they're going for. Let's see what the rest of the world looks like, because honestly, everything I'm seeing so far looks like it was partially destroyed. I guess it was an opportunity to go to sleep under a roof, but I mean, can you even call it a roof when it's attached to nothing but a single stick? It was more like a giant umbrella. How is the person who's talented enough to build that and the lovely Blackstone brick pathway outfit also the person who decides this is the right ratio of acacia to oak planks to use? How is that also the same person that builds this using 3 entirely mismatched doors into the side of the hill? What is this and why? I have so many questions. Why are some of the doors iron and some of them aren't? And why do the iron doors not have easy ways to access? It doesn't make any sense, but I'm just gonna keep on following this pathway. It feels like this world was started by someone with real big building ambitions that immediately regressed into a 8-year-old when they actually had to start building stuff along the road. Like, what was the purpose of this? Were they just thinking, I need to build houses, better do it quickly? And if so, how is even that what they came up with? It's so terrible. They're using the trees, which is nice, but then why is this here? I'm just, it's fine. I do like the occasional thing. It's not all bad. Like, look at this. Having a person who looks like he's squatting and you're walking between his legs, that's a fun idea for a tunnel. It's a tiny bit juvenile, but so is me having to eat sweet berries just to survive. I seem to have found something, by the way. Look at this. He unbonked his head, or he stopped letting his, 8-year-old cousins play on the world, and then here is the real part of it. Look at the size of this wheat farm. I think big wheat farms are seriously commendable, and I really love the oddly sized giant wheat farms. I don't even know why that is. This is actually incredible. It's a huge waste of space and time and land, but I love it anyway. This wall being made out of cobblestone is a little basic, but honestly, it fits the whole thing quite nicely, and running through a field of wheat is actually surprisingly enjoyable. But let's go look at the house, and let's see oh look, they've got a cat sitting by the fireplace. Let's see what's going on here. So, first of all, it's a little weird that there's like individually labeled rooms. Is this a necessary thing? Burns rooms. Keeps out. Oh, whoa! This world started in the Xbox 360 days. You can tell because of the map. Has that classic ring of river around it. Whoa. I love that. I don't know if I love the guy who decided he needed 7 armor stands, all equipped with random armor I assume he got from zombies, but otherwise interesting place that is really just a giant wheat farm. Why did you first tech into the wheat farm and then do precisely nothing else besides maybe a tiny bee farm over there? Is this how normal people play Minecraft? Is this what you're meant to be doing? Am I doing it wrong for diversifying and do so many things in my world? I genuinely don't know, but I feel like it after going through this world, because I actually enjoy this in quite a few ways. It's got some real nice little elements. Like this right here. This is so incredibly cool. It's a church but made from quartz pillar blocks, but also, why? That is really what this world makes me think. And I'm sure it's not the only one too, because why are you guys up here? You know what? You don't need to be up here. You can go down. It's safe down there, trust me. You know, it's all good. Anyway, speaking of jumping down from high things, let's go. Wait, do you fall faster than villagers? That is wait, what? Oh. Speaking of weird and confusing, this second world has something really cool at spawn. It is a volcano, but made from the basalt deltas biome. Honestly, I love the idea of taking a biome and rearranging it, and this is a really cool use of that. It's a bit out of place by itself, but, you know, it's already on a stronger foot than the other world I visited, because look at this. It is a black stone desert temple surrounded by twisting vines. Does it need to be? Not really. Do they add anything? Also not really. But I love the idea of the warp temple. I wonder what it has to offer. I won't be finding out. Here's another thing I really like, by the way. They've got this area of the world I think is for rare items because they've got this statue which is stomping on a dragon head with a dragon egg in its hand. I absolutely love that. I think that is beautiful. A 10 out of 10 build if I've ever seen one. This is the sort of creativity I love in, like, okay, you need a place to show off your rare conquests. Why not have something fun like that? If you have a great creative idea, why not use it? But even just the base of, like, yeah, why not have a place where all your rare stuff sits, including, by the way, whoa, this is the one person I've ever seen use a respawn compass. I didn't know this was a real item. This might as well have been a mod for the number of times I've seen real vanilla players use one. It doesn't work for me, but like, you know, I need to die just to actually use this. It's been years since I looked at one of these. And that's crazy because it only came out in 2022. Well, sometimes you have to make a sacrifice for the greater good. Wait, what? How strong are these feather falling boots? There we go. If you ever want to kill yourself, here's the way, by the way. Hey, look at that! The recovery compass knows where I died. That's fun. Honestly, this thing could have been broken, and no one would have worked it out, because not even Minecraft developers are using this, right? Anyway, with that said, let's put on these insane pieces of gear, and let's look around the rest of the world, because I'm spotting some things I do like. A giant melon block. Again, just as edible as a real one. And a giant crafting table. So you know how people make giant chests out of chests? This giant crafting table better have so many crafting tables on the inside. I'm gonna be very disappointed if it doesn't. Oh, you can't even go inside? What's the point? You might as well have a giant crafting table room inside of the crafting table. I'm just saying it's a missed opportunity otherwise. I do like this giant dinosaur skull. It does very much entice me inside. What am I gonna find in there? Oh, a minecart dispenser. Very cool. And also, a roller coaster. Ooh. Is this gonna kill me? Nope. Okay, that's good. There's some ambient lighting in here. It's nice and low, not too high. We're going through the Nether. We're in the Nether. Whoa! He built the Nether in his overworld for a minecart ride. That's cool. This is one of those, like, really fun projects. I really feel inspired by seeing how people do this, because it just looks fun in its own way. It even goes underwater. How fun of this. Oh, we're in the end now. I mean, it's very convincing, as you can see. But wow, that was cool, huh? And now what? Where are we headed now? Oh, a mine shaft. Oh, well, hope we don't head to the deep dark too soon. So in Minecraft Bedrock, minecarts are borderline useless, so it's so cool to see them being given some actual amount of use. Just like this over here, which I assume is actually a farm, but I'm just gonna use it as a giant lit portal. Oh yeah, it's a big farm. Pretty cool stuff. It looks like this is a person who has some joy from building. Look, they do have one of those giant pillars. They get some joy from building and some joy from automation. They like to do all the little aspects of Minecraft, which to me is an important thing. But like, yeah, look at this. This is something that's just incredible to look at, I really have to say. And yeah, you can tell this is a world from before 1.18, by the way, the deep slate kicks in there. But still, really, really love what I'm seeing here. My rabbit-based friend. Oh wait, no, that's a rabbit banner because he's got a rabbit farm. I love it. You know, just small details like that really improve a world. Like this boat over here that's called HMS Steve. Did you know the main character of Minecraft is not called Steve, he's called Steve? Question mark? Because that's what Notch actually responded when someone asked what the main character's name was. It's just kind of stuck since then. But yeah, look at this. Love the villager statues. I think that's a great idea. Love almost everything I'm seeing, honestly. Really, really enjoying what's going down here. Little turtle reserve. It's using banners for this effect is the reason they exist. I really do think this person is showing off the best of Minecraft survival in a really intriguing way, where nothing seems to be linked together, but yet it all ties in. If you want my suggestion, I would say build like a functional road or nether system, or you know, some way to make it obvious how to get from place to place maybe. But right now, I like what I see in basically every aspect. 10 out of 10. Would totally come to this world again. Although since I have to rate a little bit more critically, I have to say 9 out of 10. Wow, no functioning paths, I guess. Speaking of no functioning paths. So this next world is off to a good start already, because I love when people use new features in their worlds. It feels like even after an update's been out for a month, you barely see it. But right here we got fishing rod, fishing rod, fishing rod, fishing rod, and a box with a cherry sign on. And look at that, we've got a spyglass. This is definitely new. Definitely not old. and we got a book that's going to explain the world to us. Let's see what's happening. Oh, there we go. I've been playing on the preview, so I've collected all the 1.20 features in this realm. Let's go and look at them all, I guess. First things first, I really do like this spawn. It's right in a ravine, and although I don't know what's happening over there, that looks like it's where I need to be. So I'll hope that wait, Madden Arabas 1. We'll hope that will take me to the right place. It was a long minecart journey, but it's led me to a boat. You know, there's a weird uncomfortableness about a boat right here made from banners with an Among Us sign behind it, but we'll leave that to the side to say, wow, this is quite the entrance to a world. You almost wish you'd spawn into the middle of this somehow, but the journey almost makes me appreciate it more because I've seen how far they had to go to get it, and also what they were apparently up to just before I was here. But let's see what's actually happening. Wait, I feel like I have to take back the compliment from the last guy now, because as cool as that was, as minimalistic as that was, this is incredible. I believe that's the notch skin stomping on a creeper head, which is super, super cool. Although if it doesn't store his cool achievements in there, then what was the point anyway? Nope, it's just a cool statue. See, sometimes you can go through 10 times as much work, convey the same message, and sometimes, if you're unlucky, you might technically have a worse build. I do like this a lot, though. It really makes me want to do something like it. It looks so cool. I normally hate stripped wood, but this house is actually a delight to look at, right? I mean, it's also got this, like, fake water going through it. It's real water, you just can't stand in it. I like this for appearance reasons. The cherry wood is nice, but really doesn't fit. It's a little bit of a downclass, but that's fine. This place is a little bit of a mixture of unclassy, hint, hint, who knows what I'm talking about, with a little bit of classy, so maybe that's the vibe they're going for. Got Romanian flag shulker boxes, got ourselves some lovely Neverwort just growing out here in the open. Got lots of wonderful, weird things happening around here. This is one of those worlds that you can look at and you can just tell someone has spent insane amounts of time on. Like, if we had people putting this much creative effort into, you know, like world peace or curing world hunger, I think we'd have been there a long time ago. But, you know, as it stands, personally, I think this is a better use of time, and I don't fault this whatsoever. But, like, just look at this water alone. Manicuring that into the perfect shape that it is must have taken so long. Also, it's so funny, this world's so medieval and serious, and then there's just a barn at the end over there. Super strange. I feel bad about how I rated the other world seeing this one now, but I do think this is a solid 9.5 out of 10. This is almost everything that will inspire you in a Minecraft world, all in one place. There's a few messy elements here or there, but that's part of what makes it charming and beautiful. It reminds you totally can do this. It's not that hard just to set up you know, like a cherry tree here or there. It's not that hard just to build one thing, and the fact that everything's a little disconnected reminds you it was probably done by a real person in survival. This is all the sort of stuff that doesn't really scale that much easier in creative, which is part of what makes it all so darn charming. Speaking of being darn charming, well, that's always a good start to a world, right? Well, wait, how did that even happen? How did I fall from a high place, but I was still... Whatever, anyway, hello, I'm IBX Toycat. This is Realm Review. Is this the right point in the video to say this, right near the end? But yeah, as you can see, this is a world which immediately is just jumping out to me as real cool. Honestly, I'm worried about looking at the rest of this because the spawn is actually good, and I have a fear about worlds that start something like this, that it won't stay that way, but let's believe in ourselves. And also, let's teach people the valuable lesson about how spawns work. Did you know you spawn on the highest solid block, which means you can't place a roof above your spawn area, or it doesn't work as a spawn area? Also, there's a bribe in here. Oh, my favorite type of bribe. It is maxed out armor. You know, I'm feeling pretty convinced. Wow, I like this world a lot more all of a sudden, huh? Wow, I actually need that elytra if I'm gonna go anywhere because it's minus 1450 away. Man, that's gonna take some actual doing to get to. Is this deliberate? This window looks incredible. Oh, it's actually, it might be. Oh, speaking of might be, what the heck is this world? I have zero belief this is survival just looking at it. But like, my God, what am I seeing? Is this maybe? Like, even if you were building in creative, this would take you, like, days, right? This is nuts. Look at it all. This world is seriously cool, and I like that it has this little Minecrafty area here where everything is done at like a pretty human scale, right? Or a Minecraft player scale. You know, is Steve a human? Am I Steve or am I just an ocelot? Is this ocelot an ocelot, or is it the representation of IBX toycat to you? Let me know the answer to all of these questions when you think you know them. But for now, let's take a second to appreciate that, like, my god, is this a world? I don't even know how to look around worlds this big, honestly. It's one of those big problems of, like, when you have so much of something, it's hard to even know where to look. Like, look at that sword. It's cool, but you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say that these giant buildings are really interesting, but I think they work better from a distance. I think the moment you get up close to them, you're like, okay. Not only are they, like, you know, hollow, because you have to, building an exterior of a skyscraper takes so long, let alone the interior, but not only is it like that, but then also comes the problem of, like, well, what are you meant to do with them? The vertical building in Minecraft mostly doesn't need to exist because there's so much horizontal space. You know, the only reason we build big towers in the real world is because they're in very valuable locations where space is limited, and so you build upwards rather than outwards. But in Minecraft, that doesn't really ever need to exist, besides maybe a sugarcane farm if it has to. I do like this world a lot. I do think it's got so much going on, and I just want to spend forever looking at all the various things they built. Look, it's an observatory. Look, it's a church or city hall. Look, it's the other one of those two things. Look, it's a luxury yacht. Look at this, it's a floating castle. Why is the castle floating? I really would love to know. And really, this thing is convincing me they build in survival. You wouldn't set this up just for a shot, I don't think. They go through so much effort. Oh, they're building up the new blocks. Cute. You know, the fact that this is done in any amount survival, I think it is actually 100% legit based on what I'm seeing now, is blowing my mind and just the weirdest way. And so I'm gonna have to say that as far as following your dream goes, this is another 9.5 out of 10. Like, I want to be the one to question why they put so much work into this one tower that has no purpose, but it's Minecraft and no one can tell you what you can and cannot do. So this next world is called Survival Craft, but I doubt that because I've spawned in creative on what looks like a super flat world with barrier blocks all around it. You know, I'm gonna say, not the most convincing survival world I've seen yet, but let's look around it anyway. Oh, you know what? Doesn't matter. Oh, this is beautiful. 10 out of 10. It's a legit survival build, you can tell. They just happen to flatten all the world around it. Don't question anything else. And also, it's definitely legit with all these random scrapes and holes. Wait, they've done the exact same thing with the dragon head? Was there a YouTube tutorial both these guys follow? Isn't it crazy how many similarities you can see across even just a few worlds that I check out here? This person has a love affair with barriers, I think. Oh no, they're using the barrier wall. This is a lesser known block in Minecraft. It's a surprisingly useful one. The border block, I should say. You can't fly above or under it. It's really useful for just messing with people, I guess. But also, as you can see up here, they've got the very legit survival plots. This is all very good, where they've got themselves some boat launchers, and honestly, they're having fun up here, and that's what really counts. As a survival build, this is a absolute 10 out of 10. As an overall build, it's a 3 out of 10. Why did you do it? Did they make a maze here? What were they trying to do is my real question with so much of this. But ultimately, also, why was this called Survival Craft? I just think that's a poor name for a world that looks like this. Speaking of poor names for worlds, this next one has a weird font because, oh, everything about it is a little weird, it seems. Welcome to this world. Wait, how does this world that I just opened up already have the data for something else? Wait, what? Have you ever seen that happen before? Internet? Have you ever seen a map? Is this how locator maps work on Bedrock? I never play multiplayer Minecraft, and so I genuinely don't know. When he explores his world and his map, would he be exploring on mine too? Or do I just happen to know where he is? This is cool. I haven't done this since the console edition days. To start with, though, I do have to say it's a very cluttered spawn. It looks like a swamp. It is a swamp, but in, like, all the worst ways. But now I know, because of this map, exactly where I have to head. And so let's do precisely that, showing you what I find on the way. I do have to say the turtles in this texture pack are cute, although I'm a little confused as to where these stairs go. Maybe it was an early game mine that they decided to stop right here. We won't question it, because the sandstone texture looks like lovely bricks. It's not what sandstone's meant to look like, but I can't fault it. Got some lovely mossy cobblestone just chilling over here in the taiga biome. And then we have this, what seems to be a goat farm, but inside of some... What is this, and why did you build it, is my real question here. This world is so intensely large, and every now and then I find something super, super cool, but the texture pack makes everything else kind of rough to look at. Like, looking at this, you can tell it's a fairly nice build. Looking at that, though, it's like, what am I even looking at? What is that made from? It's just a generic set of shapes. It almost looks like armor trims to me. But yeah, it's a nice world. Just a little bit of a weird one. Like, look at those effects even. What is that icon? I really could not tell you. Robot patrolled graveyard seems perfectly normal. Giant waterfall up the side of a very intricate building. Looks nice. Enormous black mushroom with glowberries hanging off it. Now we're back into the what the heck is happening here question. Speaking of which, but more seriously, I think when looking around any Minecraft world, I think the fun question should always be, why is this here? I mean, sometimes you can have builds that are self-evidently beautiful, but one of the great things about Minecraft is whether you want to or not, you're always creating art. Sometimes that art is very much art that's been done before, but with a tiny twist, or maybe even not with a twist. It can just be literally a house in the most basic way possible, and yet it is still art. That is the weird thing about Minecraft. If you call it art, it is art. If you throw a banana peel on the ground and call it art, that's true too. And I think this is something that honestly is kind of fun, and one of the reasons why it's so inspiring to build, because even when you fail something, even when you know, some of the people in this video might not have failed, but it certainly looks like some of that is a failure on a human level, but even a failure in Minecraft can be incredibly interesting to look at. And yeah, I look around basically every world I've seen today, and I go, yeah, that's something I could take from this, and maybe if you do the same, I hope that that's something you got from this video, because for now, it is indeed over. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to, you can subscribe to the channel. Did you know greater than 99% of house buyers have to be blue haven't? But yeah, it's something I really would appreciate, because it's something that allows me to see that you are enjoying these videos and want to see more realm reviews. Will we do one in August? Let me know in the comments down below if you'd like to, and oh, this is interesting, huh? For now, I hope you all enjoyed this one, because I'll see you next time. Tomorrow, indeed. Actually, wait, later today for a live stream. So see you then. Goodbye.